Welcome back, friends. Been quite a while, but my promise to the SOS Daisy Hill group and committee was that I'll be here for them, so I'm here for them. And this, believe it or not, friends, is a very welcome update from our dear friend Eddie Curtis from the SOS Daisy Hill Committee. There's so much to talk about. I am over the moon. We've been discussing it just before we go live. So, Eddie, can you come in and tell all our viewers the latest update, which is very welcomed here on the Banter Show?
Yes, good evening everyone. We promised at our last meeting that we would provide you with an update on our meeting with the Chief Executive of the Trust. That meeting was held the other day. It was quite an extensive meeting and it was an important meeting for SOS and for the hospital. The first issue we raised with the CEO was we were looking at information on the 5-year plan for Daisy Hill, and we have agreed that that would be put on to our next agenda for him to update us on that. The other item that we looked at significantly was recruitment, because we have been pressing hard for the recruitment of permanent staff to come in, and we were pleased to see that the Trust had already put up an advertisement for 5 more consultants who would work across Daisy Hill and Craigavon. The other issue that was worrying us for a while there was the cover in the lab. As you know, the lab is essential for A&E, because if you can't get the results for your bloods, etc., nothing can happen. And we were pleased to be informed that Daisy Hill in the very near future will have 24/7, 365 cover for the lab. That is a great incentive for A&E. It's a great incentive for the doctors there, because it means they can treat the staff much easier. We also talked about cross-border development, and as promised, the Chief Executive has been meeting with representatives in the south of Ireland and on the COD organisation, which were all of the Trust CEOs meet on a regular basis to discuss opportunities north and south. And I was very pleased to see that the CEO has been very active in that area, and he will be supplying us with some more information in the near future. We also went on to talk about the Health Hub, which is going to be located in the old Abbey football fields next to the Sacred Heart. We're pleased to announce that the department has purchased that land now, and a business case and planning applications, etc., are being drawn up, and that'll take approximately another 13 months, but at least it is moving. We also talked about funded beds, and we're pleased to see that currently there is 104, but possibly there's 150 in there at the moment. And we went on to discuss the winter escalation plan, and we were pleased to be informed that the Trust has already completed that, and they're ready for any eventuality that will come in the winter. Again, I would like to congratulate the CEO and the staff on the excellent work that they're doing now. We talked about the number of locums that are working at Daisy Hill. It's quite high at the moment, and it's very expensive. But as I said earlier, because of advertisements that are out there, we would rather have permanent staff, because it means they have a commitment for the future as well. Obstetrics is a very important area, obviously, for maternity. It's one that the CEO is looking at on a weekly basis to ensure that the obstetrics cover for Daisy Hill is at a level that makes it very safe for the people that are coming in. And we're quite confident that with the work he's doing, he will be able to supply the relevant consultants that are needed at both Daisy Hill and Craigavon Area Hospital. A&E is an issue that comes up at every meeting. At this meeting, we raised the issue of waiting times, but we were surprised when we were informed that Daisy Hill is one of the quickest ones in the north of Ireland, and that's down to the expertise of the staff, and we would like to congratulate them for all of the efforts that they're doing, but they have assured us that they will continue to work in a very positive way to ensure that waiting times are kept to a minimum. The other one we were discussing was the MRI. Now the MRI is there, it's very successful, it's in operation every single day, and is a tremendous benefit for the consultants who are there, because it allows them to get results for the patients and allows them to take the right decisions. I'm sure that you are all aware the MRI is rented and is paid for monthly, and we have brought forward a case to say that we would rather see an MRI being put in permanently in an area that can service all of the patients. The CEO also informed us that due to a fair inspection, it has been identified that there is not the adequate lifts for staff and for the patients to get out of the corridors, etc., if there was an emergency. But we are pleased to see that a business case has been worked on and will be submitted to have 2 lifts installed, one on either end of the hospital. And again, that is great work, and we look forward to that in the near future. Care at home is something that is very, very important, because as you will accept, a patient, especially those who are elderly, get on much better when they get home. So they're working very hard to come up with the packages to ensure that anybody who can go home is sent home as a matter of urgency. We're also informed that Mark Taylor, Professor Mark Taylor, who works for the Department of Health, he has been given the role to look at waiting lists and how to reduce them. We were informed that additional money has been provided, and the CEO out of the Trust is working very hard to ensure that he can maximise as much as that for the people who live in our area. The last item that we raised was, as you may be aware, there was a very serious issue with the lack of electrical power going into the hospital. This has been resolved over a number of years, and we're pleased to see in 22-23 £400,000 was spent. 23-24 £1.5 million was spent, and in 24-25 £2 further million, and they have a bid in for a further £2 million for 25-26. So again, what the CEO had told us in the past is something that is happening, and I would like to thank him and his team for their frankness, for their honesty, and for the fact that they want us to meet with them on a regular basis, which allows us to keep you, the public, informed of what is happening. We also did issue an invitation to the CEO, Steve, to come to our annual meeting that will be held on the 3rd Wednesday in September at 7:30 in the Bank Bar. So anybody who is available, this is a public meeting, so please turn up. We will be supplying you with all of the information on the items that we have done. But more importantly, if Steve can manage to find the time, it would be a great opportunity for him to present to the public. So once again, thank you for all your support. Without your support, we would not be here, but we assure you we will not take our foot off the pedal. We will keep moving forward to ensure that the people of Newry experience 21st century health in Daisy Hill. Thank you very much.
Oh, that is an amazing update, friends. Thanks again to Eddie and all the committee at the SOS Daisy Hill group. That's brilliant. That is so good news that we have been looking for. As you know, we're all residents of the local area. So things are looking up. Things are looking up, and the minister or the CEO has agreed to meet up on a regular basis with Eddie and the SOS team. So, friends, that's it. We're going to be back with more updates. As I said, I'm keeping the Banter Show open for the SOS committee. I promised that at the very start. So things are looking up for us. We're feeling a bit more safer. So thanks again to Eddie and all the committee there. Once again, please share this video to your friends, neighbours all over Newry, Louth, Monaghan, all over the place. Banbridge, share it all over the place, friends, and Refrayland and Kilkeel, everywhere. So thanks again for your support, and thanks again for sharing all our videos. Until then, that's great news. Thanks again, Eddie. Until then, there's a big razor, friends. We're out of here.